I'm gonna plug right onto there. I'm pretty sure I saw 70. It's on 480 iron.
Right, but there was no 180i 480.
There was no 480.
There was just only 480p.
Oh, then it could be changed to 720.
Stand by. Don't leave.
Yeah.
Here's your choice.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
It's like something wrong. So you back.
How am I seeing around the Richmond? Yeah. So you might be going down tomorrow, tonight or tomorrow. Yeah.
Your attention, please. Welcome to the Winter 2023 graduation ceremony. I'm Dr. Scott Gratson, your MC for today's ceremony and Director of Undergraduate Studies at the Klein College of Media and Communication. I myself am also a proud alumnus of Temple University. It is so, thank you. But today is really about you. It is so utterly wonderful to see all of your faces here again in this beautiful hall at this beautiful time of the year. In just a few minutes, the ceremonies will begin, but in the meanwhile, for all, please do take your seats for these few preliminary announcements. Please, everyone, be certain to remain in your seats during the entire ceremony so as to not block other people's views. The cameras that we already have in place We do have photographers available to absolutely ensure that photos will be taken of you. Graduates, after you safely cross the stage, you will have an opportunity for professional photos to be taken as well. You could be so kind as to silence your cell phones and all those devices. Our audience and our graduates will deeply appreciate it, I'm certain. Also, we do ask that you kindly remain in your seats for the entirety of the ceremony. Both congratulate, but to also support your fellow students and friends. So now, without further ado, students and soon-to-be graduates, please rise as the faculty arrive. Students, family members, colleagues, partners, and friends, please join me in welcoming the Dean of the Klein College of Media and Communication, David Boardman.
Yeah, Dr. Gratson, please be seated. Good afternoon. Welcome to the winter graduation ceremony of the Lou Klein College of Media and Communication. Congratulations, class of 2023. Today marks a significant milestone in your lives, and I'm honored to be speaking to you on this special occasion. As graduates of the Klein College, you're uniquely positioned to shape the future of media and communication. But with great power comes great responsibility. As media and communication professionals, you have the power to shape the public discourse, to hold those in power accountable, and to amplify the voices of the marginalized and oppressed. You also have the responsibility to seek the truth and to be honest and transparent in your work. Okay, now I, as your dean, will be honest and transparent. I didn't write that. Everything I just said was written not by me, by an artificial intelligence chatbot, in this case, ChatGPT. This is the world that you are entering as you leave our campus. A world where at a velocity approaching the speed of light, what we are doing in the fields of communication is changing, and the way in which we do it. These tools can be used for exploitation, for manipulation, for deception, or they can be used for good. And I'll come back to that in a few minutes. Meanwhile, let me start again with words that I actually wrote myself. Congratulations, Klein class of 2023. This really is a grand and glorious occasion, one I am delighted to share with all of you. One advantage that you have as a smaller graduating class of December is that we're able to hold today's ceremony in this exquisite building, one of the places where Temple University actually began. And I want to note that the formal name of this room is Lou Klein Hall, after the broadcasting pioneer, longtime Temple instructor, and philanthropist for whom our college is named. So we take a special claim on this room. Lou left us 4.5 years ago at the age of 91, but his spirit is very much alive in this hall, and he would be so deeply proud of each of you in fulfilling the substantial requirements to earn a degree in the college that bears his name. We recognize you did not achieve this magnificent milestone alone, so we also honor parents, family members, spouses, partners, friends who helped you along the way. So before we celebrate the graduates, I will ask the graduates to applaud and thank the people who helped them get here. I also want to recognize some others without whose dedication we would not be celebrating here today. The world-class faculty and staff of the Klein College, many of whom are with me here on the stage. This includes not only our esteemed faculty, but our department office managers, advisors, the staff of the offices of Global Opportunities and Career Services, the team in the Dean's office, and many others. I dare say you won't find people in any major research university in America who are more dedicated to their students than these. Will all the Klein faculty and staff on stage and those in the audience please stand, and everyone please join me in saluting and thanking them. I also want to take a moment to recognize someone who's attending her final graduation ceremony as a Klein College faculty member, retiring after a glorious 31 years here, although she says she's refocusing, not retiring. Professor Karen Turner. Karen. Professor Turner is the recipient of Temple's highest honor for a faculty member, the Great Teacher Award. You can find her name chiseled in granite in the O'Connor Plaza. She's made innumerable contributions to our university and to our students. Thank you, Ken. Of course, an essential part of any graduation ceremony is the music. I'd like to recognize the artists from Avenue Brass, featuring Tessa Ellis and Paul Pewter on trumpet, Karen Schubert on French horn, Justin Moore on trombone, and John Fowler on tuba. Thank you. Thank you also to the sign language interpreters, Josh Steckel and Susan Gottesman. And now to the stars of our day, the Klein College graduates. Welcome, my friends, to one of the most magical, memorable moments of your lives. There aren't too many instances where it's okay to feel very full of yourself, but today's definitely one of those. As the TikTokers among you might say, you were standing on business. And here you are in your black caps and gowns. These are ancient symbols that show you're among the elite group who have toiled to achieve an academic degree, or in the cases of some of you, 2 or 3 degrees. A graduation ceremony is, of course, the event where the speaker tells a group of students dressed in identical clothing that the key to success is individuality. And yes, you're all dressed alike today, but you're unique. Each of the hundreds of you who are graduating. You hail from Springfield and Delco, yay Delco, to Seattle, Washington, from Stamford, Connecticut to Shanghai, China, from halfway around the world to just a few blocks from where we are right now. You're gay or straight or bi or queer or transgender, house or trance or techno or country or reggae or metal or salsa or classical or rock. You're first generation college students or the third generation in your family to attend Temple. You came here with dreams, maybe to be a foreign correspondent, an advertising account executive, or a news anchor, a play-by-play announcer, a music producer, a filmmaker, an art director, a lawyer, a public relations executive, maybe even a college professor like Professor Turner, or like today's keynote speaker, who you'll meet in a few minutes, an award-winning journalist. You came here to pursue your passions, your love for words and images, your fascination for how ideas are conveyed and how they're received. You wanted to do work that matters, that preserves our democracy, promotes fair and healthy commerce, comforts the afflicted, and afflicts the comforted. You had dreams, and I'm guessing you also had some doubts about whether you had what it takes to succeed here at Temple University. Would you be good enough? Would you be strong enough? Would you work hard enough? Well, today we know the answer to all of those questions. You are, by any reasonable measure, among the strongest, hardest working students we've ever had at Klein College. Because over the past few years, you faced and met challenges that generations of previous Klein graduates never could have imagined. First was the little matter of global pandemic. Then we and you endured the trials of leadership changes here at Temple, labor protests on campus, escalating violence in our city, and in some cases just a few blocks away from where we are. Then earlier this semester, we faced the tragedy of the untimely passing of our beloved university president, Joanne Epps. Most recently, all of us have had to bear witness to the unspeakable human tragedies in Israel and Gaza, and the tensions that brought to our campus, like many other college campuses, in a world that feels like it's in constant turmoil. So why, after we've endured all of that, do I feel so optimistic about our troubled world? I'll tell you why. It's you, the people who are graduating here today. Through it all, you proved yourself to be quintessential Temple House, demonstrating in the most profound fashion our university's motto, perseverance conquered. You have persevered, you have conquered, you've learned, you shared, you've laughed, you've cried, you've loved, and you have achieved. Your collective achievements in your years here are breathtaking. Some of you worked with faculty from Klein and Temple's Lewis Katz School of Medicine on communication strategies to get people vaccinated for COVID-19. Some of you helped organize the largest pride parade in the world in New York City. Some of you produced programming on what our peers judged the best college television station in the country, Temple University Television. Some of you want national recognition for your news and sports reports on Temple Update and How Sports Update. Some of you produced digital journalism that saw Temple take a prestigious national award as the nation's best college website. Some of you got to present research at a major academic conference right alongside professors and graduate students. Some of you led our Communication Honorary Society and our Student Public Relations Organization to national recognition. For others of you, your achievements were less public but no less profound. One example, one of you is a U.S. Air Force veteran who was deployed to Iraq, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and South Korea. Like many of his comrades, on returning home, he struggled with post-traumatic stress syndrome. After a few of his friends committed suicide, he founded an organization to assist troubled vets, and then returned to school to get his degree in advertising. He is graduating here today and soon will begin an MBA program. I know there are many more stories of grit and courage among all of you here. You worked so hard to overcome the obstacles and to achieve your goals, and we're so glad that you did. we and our society need you more than ever. We need fresh voices, fresh eyes, communicators who are skeptical but not cynical, who see diversity as an asset and not as a threat, who respect science over conspiracy, facts and data over algorithm push propaganda. We need people who, when they encounter people who think differently, want to call them in for conversation and exchange and discussion, rather than wanting to shame them by calling them out on social media. President Kennedy said, the goal of education is the advancement of knowledge and the dissemination of truth. Truth is always elusive, but never more so than today. Today's communication technologies, from TikTok to virtual reality to AI, can deceive us, manipulate us, and as we see, divide us. But they can also enlighten us. Just as ChatGPT can be used to ghostwrite a speech, as I just did, or to cheat on a test, which I hope none of you have done, or to steal somebody else's ideas. It can also be used to translate text into 95 different languages almost instantaneously, or to find data sets in a matter of seconds that might have taken hours, days, or weeks to discover. We need communication professionals who appreciate that potential along with the peril of these technological tools and who are driven by curiosity. Never has the need for trustworthy, respectful communication been more urgent than it is right now in a nation where a guy can totally fabricate his resume to get elected to Congress, or where commentators on certain TV network can acknowledge in text to each other that they know they don't believe what they're telling their viewers. And we're trust in our institutions, from the U.S. Supreme Court, to Congress, to the press, is the lowest it's been in decades, and perhaps ever. We need you, fine graduates. Take what you learned here, make this country a more open, more generous, more kind, more truth-honoring place. Do it with the same passion and the same determination that you've shown on these blocks of North Philly. And take a cue from a fellow Klein College alum, entertainer Bob Saget, who died unfortunately young a few years ago and was a great friend of our college. Despite being an edgy and sometimes profane comedian, Bob was one of the most beloved and respected people in Hollywood. Why? Because he lived by this credo: kindness is not a virtue, it's a necessity. So be creative, be compassionate, be courageous, be truthful, and be kind. You'll have many more days like this one where you can feel proud of who you are, of what you've accomplished, and of what you will achieve. Congratulations on coming. It's now my pleasure to introduce today's keynote speaker, Ron Nix. Ron is the Vice President of News and Head of Investigations, Enterprise, Partnerships, and Grants at the Associated Press, the world's largest news organization. He was recently named by the group as one of the 100 most influential Black Americans. He's also been my good friend for more than 20 years, and I am delighted to share him with you and all of you with him on this special day. Ron's a truly amazing guy. He grew up in a small town on the Mississippi side of the Alabama-Mississippi border. He developed a talent and an interest in music, learned to play more than 20 musical instruments, and majored in music theory and composition in college. After a stint in the Marine Corps, where he served in the 1990 Gulf War, Ron turned to journalism, first doing music review. But once he discovered investigative reporting, the future was past. That was both his and our great fortune, because in the years since, both as a reporter and as an editor, Ron's work has made a true difference in the world. He worked his way to the New York Times as an investigative reporter and a correspondent on Homeland Security, reporting from all over the world. Then he joined the Associated Press in 2019 as an editor. Among the investigations he has overseen, they have won multiple national awards, including the Pulitzer Prize for Public Service, an Emmy Award, and a Peabody Award. He's also been a champion for building diversity in the nation's newsrooms, He's co-founder of the Light Be Well Society for Investigative Reporting, an organization with a mission of increasing the ranks of journalists of color in the field of investigative journalism. Ron truly is one of the most respected and well-liked people in the world of media and communication. We're so fortunate to have him with us today. Please join me in welcoming Ron.
Good afternoon. So, Roger, before I jump into the speech here, how do you feel? That's it. I know. To Dean Gordon and faculty, thank you for having me as the Klein College 2023 Fall Commencement Speaker. And congratulations to all of you and your families. Just want to give you a hand again. And yeah, how do you feel? So I'm truly honored to stand before you on your special day. And let me also say, you guys look really good. Love black. Can I say one of these? All right. But I want to ask a question, a serious question. And that is, what is your life's work? That's a question that was posed by the legendary Pittsburgh Steelers coach to his player. Okay, I know I'm in Philly. Flying is fun. But in all seriousness, he asked this question because to Chuck Noll, football was a moment in time, in the moment in his player's life. And he wants to know, what was their plans beyond football? What was their life's work? Like, what are you going to do? And so I pose that same question to you. What is your life? Well, under that thought, we'll come back to it. So, as Dean Gordon mentioned, I'm from a small, well, I can't even really call it a town. It's a place in Mississippi called Rotterdam, Mississippi. Population 395, although I think we picked up 5 people in the census. So 400. There we go. All right. But I found my life's work in the field of journalism because it gave me purpose. This field is taking this poor country boy who, first time I got on the plane, I just sat down and I sat down in first class, and nobody called me as first class. Anyway, but it's taken me to some of the, all around the world, and I've got to do unimaginable things for someone like me. I've helped to get wrongfully convicted people out of jail, help get defective products off the shelves, help expose human rights abuses around the world, help to expose government cover-ups, and more importantly, I even got a handwritten note from Bob, which I'm gonna sell on eBay. So after this. So that has been my life. But whatever your focus, be it public relations, music recording, media production, and all the fields that are represented among you here today, I want you to do as the famed architect Daniel Burke so famously said, make no small plans, which is something that I live by. Make big plans, aim high in hope and work. And in doing that, find the thing that gives you purpose. Find your life's work. And if I say nothing else that you remember today, please remember this. The full measure of your work will not be measured in applause, acclaim, or the awards that you receive, or believe it or not, even the money that you get. The full measure of your work will be in dozens, hundreds, thousands, even millions of lives of people you will touch, who you will never know. They will never know you, they may have not heard your work, but they will be impacted by it. That is the power of communications. That is what you bring to the table, and I hope you find your life's work in being a practitioner of this great field that we all are in. Thank you, congratulations to you once again, I salute you. And a special shout out again, being a veteran myself, whoever the person is who's a veteran, special thanks to you. Thank you for your service. So please enjoy your special day. And I really just wanted to say you guys look really good. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ron. Thanks so much for being here. It's now my pleasure to introduce our student speaker. Each year we select one outstanding student to address the class and represent all of you. This year's is Paige Akowski. Hailing from Bucks County, Paige embarked on a dynamic academic and professional journey here at Klein. She majored in media studies and production with a focus on production and international communication. Quickly became involved with Temple University Television, and that decision really helped shape her university experience. Beginning in the fall of 2020, amidst the challenges of the pandemic, Paige honed her skills in video editing for various TV programs. Her dedication saw her advance from editor to director for Temple Update, producer and actor for Temple Smash, our sketch comedy show, and lighting designer and technical director for Temple Tonight. Her extensive hands-on experience at Temple led to 3 great internships: Chatterblast Media at QVC and a late show with Stephen Colbert. She's now served as an out team leader, helping new students navigate the university. Please join me in welcoming Paige.
Well, thank you, Dean Warden. Deans, faculty, staff, graduates, and guests, I'd like to begin today by dispelling a common misconception that I've been thinking about a lot recently. People will say, congratulations on graduating, get ready to work for the rest of your life. I'm sure a lot of you have heard this phrase over the last few months. I have definitely felt discouraged by hearing this. And honestly, it made me a little nervous for the future. But I want to set the record straight here and now. We will not be working for the rest of our lives. Sure, many of us already have jobs lined up for after graduation, and some of us are still looking for the perfect position. But over the next few decades of our careers, we will do so much more than work. We will travel and see the world. We will meet with friends, celebrate the milestones, birthdays, weddings, finishing graduate school, starting families. We will perfect the recipe for the world's best grilled cheese. We will finally finish that crochet project that has taken us months to make, and we will passionately root for our sports teams. Go Birds. Jobs do not consume our lives because there are so many more meaningful events that we are all lucky enough to experience. There is so much to look forward to now that we've graduated, and I can assure you that the future is so much brighter than this cliche phrase. I also understand that the future of our chosen careers can be uncertain. The world is ever changing. The technology and techniques that we've become accustomed to over the last few years will certainly evolve. Our chosen industries themselves may rapidly shift over time, but we are all ready to adapt. My dad likes to tell me that college is where we learn how to learn. Change is inevitable, but our professors have been preparing us for this reality. We know how to teach ourselves when new technology or techniques arise, and we know how to adjust when things aren't going our way. For me, I'm lucky to have been involved in organizations and internships that I look forward to showing up to day after day. I worked on Temple University Television, specifically Temple Update and Temple Smash, where I built up my resume while also making some of my best friends. Because of these organizations, I was able to build skills to secure my internships at Chatterblast Media and QVC, 2 companies that I love working for, and where I met mentors who shared their valuable industry experience with me. Yes, they were jobs, but I was working on productions that grew my passion for media and made me even more excited for my future and for the possibilities of my career. After graduating, I'll be working at the Late Show with Stephen Colbert as a production intern, a position that I dreamed about since freshman year, and which I applied for 3 times before I even got a chance to interview. But because I persisted, it's finally happening. And I hope you will use this example as inspiration for your own paths. Take big risks and don't be afraid to fail. You have all the time in the world to fail and then figure out the next steps. Mom and Dad, you have always given me the room to fail. And I can't thank you enough for that. My parents have actually read every cover letter I've ever written, so thank you for that as well. I know we will all submit many cover letters and applications over our careers, and will face a whole lot more rejection. It's the fact of life. But I hope we will all remember that our value is not based on a hiring manager's opinion of us. We are all so brave, and we are ready to face it all. Congratulations, graduates, and good luck.
Thank you, Paige, for your words of guidance and for reminding all of us that there is indeed a wide, wonderful world waiting for us beyond merely our offices and jobs. Thank you. It's a wonderful speech, and congratulations to you. And now, the moment that all of you have been waiting for, your chance to walk across the stage as a graduate of Temple University. After being congratulated by Dean Gordon, you will receive a congratulatory packet as you leave the stage from Dr. Maggie Place Lewis, Klein College's Vice Dean for Student Success, who, among her many responsibilities, oversees all undergraduate student affairs, including scholarships, academic advisement, career services, and global opportunities, all in the name of student success. As you exit the stage, please stop for an official day of photograph. And after you return to your seat, please show your classmates the respect that they deserve and have earned by remaining here until the last graduate's name has been called, and then we'll perform the ritual of the task return. I would now like to welcome to the podium my colleague, Associate Dean of Research and Graduate Studies, Dr. Fabian Darling Wolf, who will award the graduate degrees. Dr. Darling Wolf.
The Klein College of Media and Communication offers media and communication PhD degrees and master's degrees. Alumni of these graduate programs are among the leaders in research, teaching, and practice in various aspects of media and communication across the nation and around the world. Today, we are awarding the doctoral degree to 4 students. She in 10 is being led by her advisor, Dr. Tom Jacobson. Her dissertation is titled "The Political Discussion Environment, How Americans Perceive It and Why It Matters." Congratulations, Dr. Chen. Nicole Lemire Garlick is being led by her advisor, Dr. Tom Jacobson. Her dissertation is titled "Imagining Justice and Enhancing Core Communication Technology, a future-oriented normative framework inspired by Amartya Sen's idea of wanting justice." Congratulations, Dr. Leonard. So team Emmanuel is being led by his advisor, Dr. Patrick Murphy. His dissertation is titled Youth Agency and Environmental Activism, the Challenge of Communicating Climate Change in Sub-Saharan Africa. Félicitations, Dr. Sissou. Women soon will be led by Dr. Lauren Kovac, who served on Zoom's dissertation committee. The dissertation is titled Investigating Social Presence Dynamics in Online Education. Will the master's graduates please rise and approach the stage? Johan Kalman. Natalie Smith. Jessica Jewel Tyler. Congratulations to all of you who received graduate degrees today.
Thank you, Dr. Darlene. Before we begin reading the names of those graduating bachelor's degrees, I want to again congratulate our student speaker, Paige Jankowski, who is graduating summa cum laude and will be the first to receive the bachelor's degree. Paige. Our other bachelor degree recipients will be introduced by two faculty members, Professor Peter Geroff and Professor Lauren Bullock. Peter Geroff will be our first faculty leader. Will you please approach the podium?
Thank you, Peter.
Thomas Abdal. Brian and Nash. Catherine Palia. Claire Howe. Samira M. Devon Wilson. Ross Matthew Dillon. Victoria from Bravo Rangers. Stephen Michael Brown. Joseph Hirsch. Troy Iana Chambers. Sun Young Chen. Ron Claiborne Clements. Kyle Matthew Collins. Nicole Banks, summa cum laude. Rachel Dixon. Taylor Noah Osmond. Paul Evans, summa cum laude. Christina Fernandez, summa cum laude. Colin Klein. Candice Florida. Ryan Green. Ava Edwards. Daria Hoodies. Cheryl Alon Harding. Oliver James Hawk. Samuel Eliasson. Desiree Dillon. Lisa Marie Kamara. Rosalie Peasy. Colin Hill. Sabrina Ann Kenny. Julia Colson. Andy Robert Lawrence, summa cum laude. Luke Isaac Lewis. Letting out is the next reader for the Department of Advertising and Public Relations, Professor Lauren Ball. Matthew McCabe, magna cum laude. Sherry Hope McLaughlin. George McMonagle. Michael David McBride. Molly Miller. Angelina Mitchell. Jenna Molina. Alyssa Moore. Aliyah Muhammad. Ashley Ortega. Deanna Poole. Akshay Kwan. Wally Rana. Ellie Radcliffe. Rachel Alexandria Richter McGovern. Nicholas Reed. Joseph Robinson. Natalia Rovar. Reginald Robb. Tim Ryan. Rita Nicole Ryan. Haley Rose. Leila Verlivo, summa cum laude. Karen Campbell. Olivia Isabella Sariano. Alyssa Sheltoff. Jeremy Ryan Cease. Alice Grace Senoff. James Sitton. Jacob Clark. Jack Aaron Nicholas. Michaela Natal Stone. Angela Victoria Textor and Lade. Kirkland Hannah Thomas. Nadia May Timmons. Zoe Jane Tucker. Ramir Vaughn. Olivia Weaver. Brianna Lee Weber. Evie Way. Kiera West. Michael Patrick Weigel. Ava Elizabeth Wilson. Bebe Shane Kulai. Joseph Donald Murphy. Madeline Hayes Siders. Rachel Rivera. San Singh. Christian Hare. Liam Lane Edmonds. Minying Zhu. John Fioravante. James Cephas. Back over to Dean Mormon for final remarks.
Thank you, Professor Shara and Bullock. Wow, congratulations, graduates, on your accomplishment. Now, I'd like to ask you all to stand for the final ritual of graduation. Please take hold of the tassel. It should be on the right side of your board. And on 3, I want you to move it to the left side, which designates that you are, in fact, an official graduate of this fine university. 1, 2, 3. Everyone at Temple University and at Klein College of Media and Communication. I again congratulate you. I wish you well as you move on to new opportunities and new challenges. We can't wait to see what you do next and next and next. Just know that we'll be with you in spirit, and we'll be right here on Broad Street if you need us in any way going forward. Again, one last round of congratulations. Now, I'd like to ask everyone to please remain in your seats for the faculty recessional. Would the faculty and staff please?
Please, everyone, join us in Annenberg Hall for a reception. We will have plenty of room for all of you. Just follow the crowd to Annenberg Hall. We'd love to host you.